So I'm just going to read the instructions or notes. Well, actually I'm going to summarise them because it's going to be too long, but you need a semi-private area, 3-sided shape with the sides at least 50 foot long, which, say it was 60 foot divided by 3, would be 20 metres, which is, I think, just under 20 metres. So actually I probably should have been walking much further. Okay, error 1, needed more space. Take the dog, put on a 15-foot line. Ideally, if possible, crate the dog beforehand. Can't do that, but she was just asleep anyway, so I don't think she'd be really bothered. Thumb grip the lead in one hand, cover with the other, hold tight to your stomach. I think I got that bit right. Elbows in so it doesn't move and feels less personal to dog. I think I got that right. No talking to the dog, and basically walk in a triangle. If they run off and find the end of the line, stop, turn away from the dog and brace. Don't look at the dog. When you feel the slack, turn around and begin walking again and until you get to the next point on the triangle, where you stop and rest for 15 to 30 seconds. I've been doing that at every corner. I'm not sure if you're meant to. And it just says what to do if they don't move, but we haven't had that issue. Don't worry about tangling them up unless it's really bad, just keep walking. So I've been doing that. Do it for 20 minutes and then the cool down period. Now this is the bit we just did. Give the release command, which I did BREAK, and then just meander around with the dog. You can speak as much as you like. To be honest, she didn't really seem to respond at all to me using my voice. I was just talking nonsense, to be fair. The dog is in charge of where they want to go, and as long as they're not pulling you along, that's fine, which was fine. Do this for the same length at least as the structured exercise time. Oh, definitely failed that. So it's 6:50 now, so I probably only did that for 10 minutes, slightly less, and the exercise was 20 minutes. Yesterday I think I did it for even less. So those are two things I've done wrong. Other things I definitely did wrong today. Number 1, the biggest error, I forgot to bring even a flat collar. So she is just, Missy, come, good girl. She is just attached on her harness here, which is freaking useless. Was not at all what we were meant to have done. You're a good girl. But hey, it was the closest I could get to her neck. And it's not like she's really yanking, trying to walk the other way. Today she got zoomies part way around, so that was problematic. I feel like she doesn't really care. like she's just on the end of a 5-meter leash, long line, and she's like, well, I'll just entertain myself within 5 meters of mum. That's not at all a problem. Sniffing things, and today she got a fur cone. I don't know if you can see it on the film, but she was chewing it up. She was doing wormies, which is what I call rolling on her back wormies. Yeah, so I don't know what I was expecting in terms of a response. Yesterday she actually sat in heel position when I was stopping for multiple times, but today I'd say she seemed less engaged. This location is more challenging because on the floor is horse poop, rabbit poop, fur cones. Oh, and then at the end, as you see, when she had free time, she just wanted to chew on a stick, which is fine. I haven't got a problem with that. It was an old rotted stick. It wasn't going to do any damage. Now she's just sitting down, which is quite nice. Yeah, so don't really know what that did or didn't do, and I don't know if it I didn't have the right equipment. The location isn't great, so yeah, just full of questions. But I have been warned that is exactly what happens. So still an interesting experiment. I'm wondering if I need to go back to day 1 and do it properly now, or what do I do? I don't know, for example, today on the long line that was tangled around a cone, so I had to sort of move that. I stood on the long line a couple of times because there was one point here close to the camera where she zoomed off to get my bag, which is just out of shot, to look in there, and in there is just toys and stuff she can fling around, so it's my bad for leaving it within reach, I guess. So I stood on it. Does that null and void the exercise? I also stood on it when I she was in the middle of her zoomies, because ultimately I just couldn't deal with her just like being a crazy lady on a string. So yeah, many questions. Anyway, till tomorrow.